Sourdough does not have to be time consuming. You don't have to rearrange your entire schedule and plan to be home all day just to make a loaf. I'm gonna show you how I mixed this loaf up before I left for work in the morning, came home and baked it the same evening, and she turned out gorgeous. I've been trying to get sourdough bread made all week. I have to go to work today. I wasn't planning on working today, but I got called in, and so I am just gonna make, we're doing like seriously quick, lazy sourdough loaf. Gonna mix this up. I might get one stretch and fold done before I leave this morning. Also, look, see, there's hardly any of my starter left. This is enough. I water it down and mix it up and then put some flour in it, and she's gonna be robust and happy. Anyway, so we're gonna do a really quick, I'm gonna mix it up. I may get one stretch and fold. It's basically gonna sit and do its bulk ferment on the counter all day, and then I will loaf it up when I get home. And I bet she's gonna turn out gorgeous. I didn't measure out how much starter. I don't know. It's enough though. It's enough. I'm gonna go ahead and measure out 300 grams of warm water, 4 grams of salt, 500 grams of bread flour, okay, that's it. I just mix it up into this shaggy dough. You can see there what it looks like. I might, before I leave, come in here and do like a stretch and fold, but I doubt it. I still have I still have to get myself completely ready. I need to get a lunch together, all the things. So pretty much what I do is I'm just gonna leave it here on the counter. Whenever I get home, I'll probably do a couple stretch and folds. I don't know, we'll pick back up whenever I get home, because this is lazy sourdough. Just got home from work. This is our dough. She's looking lovely. I think I'm gonna go ahead and form it into a loaf. Sprinkle some flour around. I just kind of flatten it out. From here, I just go on just like it's my regular sourdough loaf. Kind of flatten it out. I do some push and pulls to kind of get that tension on the top. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like this, cover it with my bowl, 30 minutes, and we'll come back and do it again.
Bubble wrap.
Okay, we're going to do the same thing we did before. Fold over our corners. See how nice and smooth the top of our loaf is. Okay, I'm just gonna put parchment paper in the same bowl that I had it proofing in.
I think I'm gonna do that.
So that's it. I just put this lid on, and I'm gonna put it in a semi-warm place. So if you have an oven light, you can just turn your oven light on, and it keeps it about 80 to 85 degrees inside the oven, and it's just warm enough. It makes a beautiful rise for your breads. Just be careful and don't preheat your oven for anything. But that's where I'm gonna put mine, because I want it to get risen, and it's kind of chilly in the house. It has been about an hour and a half. Actually just ended up using my heating pad and wrapping around the bowl, and it got a good rise out of it. So I'm gonna kind of slow it down a little bit while I preheat the oven. I put my cast iron Dutch oven with the lid in the oven. I'm preheating to 450. Whenever that preheats, we will put this in the Dutch oven and get ready to bake. Our oven is preheated to 450. Our Dutch oven also preheated. I use the parchment paper. I have a dough lifter thing, and I forgot about that, or I would have used it, but I just use the parchment paper. A couple of different loms that I use. I just make like kind of a slit along the side or the middle. I do not get fancy with this. This is lazy sourdough, remember? one long slit, and then I'll make like some smaller ones sometimes. It's gonna taste delicious no matter how it looks. Then I'm gonna put the lid on. I'm gonna bake this for 30 minutes with the lid, and then I'll take the lid off and bake it an extra 10 minutes and lift it directly out of the Dutch oven. Ooh, isn't she beautiful? I'm gonna take it out and put it on a cooling rack. Gorgeous. That's it. We mixed this up this morning before I went to work. 12 hours later, we have a beautiful loaf. Now we're gonna cut her open and see how delicious she looks. Beautiful. Look at that. This did not take forever, and most of the work happened while I was at work. Look how gorgeous these slices of sourdough are. They look delicious. These make the best grilled cheese sandwiches too. I hope that whenever you follow my channel that you see that things don't have to be perfect and things don't have to be complicated, especially my sourdough. I'm not trying to make my baking and making my bread complicated because I ain't got time for that. It's still a beautiful loaf. I just wanted to show you that you can still bake sourdough. You can still do sourdough even if you don't have a lot of time on your hands. Even if you work full time, you can fit this into your schedule. I had to be at work at 7:30. I got off at 3 o'clock and was home around 3:15, 3:30. You don't have to be home and babysit your loaf all day. I say this all the time with love. There's best practice and then there's do what you can. She's gorgeous, so don't stress. Just do the best you can. It's not a big deal. We can do this together. Sourdough can be fun and not stressful. I'm so glad that you came and hung out with me today, and I hope that you continue to revisit the homestead to see what's going on, and I would love to continue to share with you. I'll see you next time.